Kempire is brought to you by
the final show of the Kempire After Dark, the villain era live experience is coming to New York City Friday, September 12th at the Green Room 42, a night of hot topics, tea being spilled, and things that we don't talk about anywhere else. I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. I really don't, because I didn't expect to talk about penises during our most recent Washington, D.C. show. This is where you can come on your own. I always ask the audience how many people came here solo, and so many people come to these shows on their own. We encourage it. You also end up making a lot of really great lifelong friends from this experience. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet and you are in New York City or the tri-state area or will be in New York City or want to be in New York City for maybe your final hurrah of the summer, get your tickets today. But this New York City has a special option that is not included in any of the other shows, and that it will be also live streamed on September 12th. But you have to get your tickets before the show. More ticket information on the final date of the Kempire After Dark, the Villain Era live experience will be available in the description. I'll see you all very soon.
You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network.
Happy Labor Day, everyone. This is a special extended podcast version of another hot topic that we've been talking about all this week, and that is Funky Dineva versus Tamar Braxton. There have been so many developments. As you know, I keep you updated on multiple platforms, mostly on YouTube. So I know we have a separate community here on the podcast, or as we love to say, podcast, that want an update. We did do another podcast episode giving you just the initial update when it comes to this beef between YouTuber Funky Dineva and singer and songwriter Tamar Braxton. To the point, at this particular point, Tamar Braxton is saying that she's not going to release her project and that she is going to take a break from public life, basically, and go on her farm. I didn't even know she had a farm. Do they have farms in Atlanta? Maybe you know, you'll let me know. But I wanted to give you an extended version, an update. There have been little murmurs back and forth on social media. She's not refusing to say his name. Funky Dineva has basically threatened Tamar on social media saying, you say anything subliminal, I'm going to respond. We shall see. And look, I will say this at the top of this as I give you the update. I believe that these two are cut from the same cloth, but I do believe that Tamar could have at least, at the time when these rumors started to take a whole other direction where people were accusing Funky of drugging her, of doing something just nefarious to her, that's when it just took a whole other level. And I understand why he would want Tamar to come. I'm like, guys, this is ridiculous. Nothing happened to me. But I also understand that Tamar, because I do believe this accident happened, but I also don't think that Tamar needed to tell the world. But this is who Tamar is. Tamar comes to the internet and tells everybody everything, and then she's shocked when people react in a negative way towards her. Like, girl, if you didn't come to the internet and tell us your business, we wouldn't have any reaction. There are probably plenty of things the internet would probably have a reaction to our personal lives, but we don't all come to the internet and share them. I think when you go on a reality show, or if you go on social media and you share something, an opinion, people are going to react. And you can't get really mad at it. You can get mad, but all of this social media behavior, getting mad and reacting, is on par for Tamar Braxton. But here's your update. Here's your update, a special podcast episode on this Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and ready for the fall. The fall is right around the corner. Pumpkin spice and all that, all things nice are coming our way. If not already. I'm sure it's already. Was it all a publicity stunt? Tamar Braxton just announced yesterday that she's going to be releasing a movie and a new EP. And her once friend, Funky Dineva, is calling her out for all the backlash that he received after she took to social media claiming that she woke up in a pool of blood and almost died. So it was just last week that we reported to you that Tamar Braxton took to social media, her Instagram story, to reveal that something happened to her and she doesn't know what, because she woke up in a pool of blood by her friend and revealed that she had lost teeth, fractured her nose, and she was in a lot of pain. I'll remind you exactly what she said. On her Instagram story, she says, I struggle to write this, but everyone keeps calling me, and honestly, I can't even really talk anymore. I'm so weak. I almost died Sunday. I was found in a pool of blood from my friend with a face injury. As the days go by, the worse it is. I fractured my nose, lost some teeth, and mobility. The way I look at life now is totally different. As my health is on the mend, my mental journey begins. Pray for me for real. I don't even know what happened to me. Which led to the internet speculating on a lot of things. People looked at old footage of Tamar from the night before on Saturday night where she was hanging out with Funky Dineva, which led to a lot of people questioning, did Funky Dineva do anything? And I said, guys, wait. You could literally wake up tomorrow and have an accident, or even this evening, have an accident in your home, and this could happen to you. But the speculation went from, did he have something to do with it? Why didn't he walk her to her door? A lot of stuff. And Funky took to his social media to tell his side of what happened.
Let me just go ahead and get this out the way, okay, before we even get at the top of the show. I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady. We went out. What night that was? We went out. Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the roof, Chris. We ate. We had a good time. She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw. Or whatever, with us walking in, them making a whole lot of noise. We left there. We all got in the car together. The car dropped us off at Tamar house. I didn't go upstairs. I went to my car. I went and met James Knox at BJ Rooster, and I came home. The next day when I woke up, I had a text message from Tamar at 10 in the morning that said, can you give me Dr. Heavenly phone number? I didn't think anything of it because people ask me for Dr. Heavenly phone number all the time. And it's typically when people have an emergency veneer situation. I did not think anything of it. People ask me for her number all the time. And then the next thing I know, folks is sending me this thing on the internet where the lady said she almost died and she was laying in a pool of blood. And I know some of y'all are going to be committed to thinking I'm lying, and y'all going to be committed to thinking I'm biased, and y'all are going to be committed to thinking I'm covering up something. And I promise you, I swear to God on my mother, I don't know what happened. I honestly don't. I don't know what happened. And that's the God honest truth. Now I know for some of y'all, that's not going to be good enough, but you're going to have to make it enough. I promise you, on Isaac's life, I don't know what happened. The lady ain't told me nothing. The lady just said she needed Dr. Heavenly phone number. So that's that on that. I hope we can put that to bed. I know what y'all know. I can give y'all a little more details. The lady did say, Q, I'm missing 4 teeth. And then I wrote back, I'm confused. So you just woke up and 4 of your teeth was missing, and the lady didn't respond. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the lady mouth. That's all I know. If that ain't good enough for you, bitch, make it enough, okay?
A lot of people also said they didn't love the way that he presented this information, calling her that lady. Then I saw a lot of you in my comment section, Kempire, that's just the way that he talks. It's his sense of humor. Here's the thing, though. When you have a platform as large as Funky Dineva, you have to be mindful, especially with a story like this, that there are some Tamartians or people that are just interested in the story are going to see this video and not know your sense of humor or the way that you normally speak. So that's important to keep in mind. I have to remind myself that sometimes as well. Hence, when I cover a story like Tamar, we've had our jokes about Tamar and our issues with Tamar over the years, but we present that story in a way that, okay, here's what the information is, guys. Because someone might pick up on that later and be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying here in regards to this story, and not read into any sort of inside jokes or vernacular. But anyway, I say all that to say, I didn't understand why people were having these really dark and nefarious speculations on Funky having anything to do what happened to Tamar. There was no evidence. After that, there was also speculation that Tamar and Mendeecees from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, married to Yandy. I'm going to say married because I don't know. Did they ever really get legally married? No one has gotten back to me about that. Hit me up in the comment section. But there was speculation that they were all hugged up Saturday night in the club. Not sure what that has anything to do with what happened on Sunday. Well, it seems as if that rumor that's been circulating might be just promo for Tamar's new EP and movie. Let me just show you that, because Funky's also in this trailer.
Tess.
But we already know you shouldn't even be dealing with him.
And you around here going through by that lady husband?
What?
Girl, you a better woman than I ever be.
Oh, wait a minute, they are not together.
Okay, Vince, I need advice. What do I do?
Well, you gotta love yourself first.
I didn't cheat. I got taken down.
And you expect for him to get over that?
I ain't know gonna get real life in there, bitch.
No, it's about to get real life in here.
Either you cut it or I cut it.
No, we're not cutting it.
Okay, well, I'm cutting it. Just give me the goddamn shit. I'll do it.
You guys were not equally yoked
But there is a time when a man stops being a hoe, right?
when they want to.
As long as they hang down in the front, they're gonna run. But they don't want you running.
If he's the only thing I got, well then I must not have a lot.
I gotta pee.
Okay, we're not going to play the music. Well, apparently she has an EP coming out in a couple of weeks in September. First of all, if this is a music video, movie, why Mendeecees? Of all the people that you could choose that are actually actors, I don't know if Mendeecees, all of his, well, he is on Love and Hip Hop, so maybe technically he is an actor. Because nothing real is happening on that reality show. So now, a few hours ago, Funky took to social media to slam Tamar because now he's upset. You ran with all of this to promote your project? Well, take a look at what he said on social media. So Funky posted this first message saying, "When I get through reading Tamar ass down to the ground, I don't want to hear ish." He captioned this photo by saying this: "Here it is, I got ate up alive over my birthday weekend, and the whole while there was nothing wrong with Tamar's ass." So here's the thing, we don't know. Two things can be true in regards to whether or not Tamar had that incident and she wanted to promote this project separate. That could be two separate things. I want to just emphasize that. She could have still had this incident and it just happens. I'm giving her a lot of grace because I've covered Tamar's stories over the years. Every time Tamar said that she has grown up and changed and matured and she's in therapy, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden something happens. I'm like, Tamar hasn't learned anything. So based off of what Funky's saying here, it makes me wonder, does he know more than we know in regards to whether or not this is all a publicity stunt? If this is a publicity stunt for music, like nothing really physically happened to you, and you're asking for prayers, Tamar, I would be officially done with Tamar Braxton. I will not support anything. I won't be watching the show. I will not be listening to this EP because I still think she's talented. But if this was all promo for this project, let me get back to what Funky's saying. Funky says, here it is. I got ate up alive over my birthday weekend, and the whole while, there was nothing wrong with Tamar's ass. Now she done released this tired ass music video for this raggedy EP that don't nobody want. Oh my God. I can't say don't nobody want it because Tamar can sing. Maybe not live, but she can sing.
Hell no.
Shut up. He says, don't nobody want. And because I'm in the video, people are going to think I was a part of the PR stunt. I was collateral damage in a 2-bit PR stunt. I mean, again, two things can be true, that she really did get into this accident, but this was something that was all planned. But didn't you know this was coming too, Funky? He then at Tamar and says, you ain't even going to try to clear any of this up and tell the people I didn't do anything to you. Know what happened. He says, I was accused of not being a friend to you, when at the end of the day, it was you not being a friend to me. I didn't deserve any of this, and I'm deeply hurt. Not hashtag Black Mirror. Here's the thing. Funky knew this EP was coming. I also thought to myself, well, yes, there was a lot of speculation. If she really was healing and she had this accident happen, I think the last thing that you're going to want to be is on the internet and doing anything, even though I did see comments in the blogs from Tamar, even up until like 24, 48 hours ago. So she has been on social media. She could have cleared this up in regards to the speculation, because there was a lot of very dark speculation on Funky's involvement in Tamar's accident because he was with her the night before. There was a lot, which led to all kinds of other think pieces about Funky, and it stirred up a lot of conversation about Funky. So I can understand why he might be hurt and might be upset. And she never said anything. Well, after this, I wonder if she will say something today. Stay tuned. Stay locked to the channel, guys. I want to know your thoughts on what Funky had to say in regards to this. Again, two things can be true. Do you agree with me that she could have had the accident and she could still be promoting music? Or do you think that it's a scheme that Todd set up for Tamar to come to us with the BS? Maybe. The war between Tamar Braxton and Funky Dineva has been reignited. No, this is not deja vu. The beef is on again, with Funky taking to social media to slam Tamar for subliminally shading him on social media. Not only that, the doctor that helped fix Tamar's teeth is now revealing that she did not have a seizure or a stroke. We are getting into what exactly happened to Tamar Braxton when she revealed that she almost died. And this is breaking news, because I really thought yesterday when they made peace on social media that Tamar and Funky would be done with it. But apparently not, with Funky taking to social media multiple times throughout the day to shade Tamar. So let's unpack that, because not only that, he also went to his YouTube channel to make videos talking about this as well. And as I record this, he was live talking about this at the top of his show. But let's first just go back. Reminder how this even started. Tamar Braxton took to social media to reveal that she almost died, that she was found in a pool of blood, she lost 4 teeth, she fractured her nose, and I said accidents happen, anything could happen. The social media of it all went all kinds of different ways, including blaming Funky Dineva, accusing him of something nefarious. However, after Funky went live yesterday, basically saying everything that he wanted to say about Tamar and Under the Sun, Tamar finally took to social media to basically clear things up, apologize, also deny that she faked her accident. And I think the reason why we're finding out from this dentist, the reason behind her accident, is so that people would stop saying that it was a fake incident. Tamar even posted a picture of herself today where she's not showing her teeth, obviously, because she's in the middle of fixing whatever happened. But the issues with Funky Dineva, she did address and saying, no matter what he says, I love Miss Funky Dineva. Anyway, had I known what was going on while I was in the hospital trying to recover, I would have said something. It's terrible that whatever I didn't say turned into all of this. I just want peace. So Funky reposted that on his social media, all right? Then, just when I thought it was all over yesterday, it reignited earlier today. Funky took to social media with a post saying, you can delete the story. He's talking about the story that she posted. He says, you can unfollow me, because apparently she unfollowed him. This is all the next day. And then he said, you can subliminally post, but yo ass was gonna clear that ish up. And then captioned it, and did nothing but time. But that wasn't the only post Funky posted. Funky then posted, don't expect me to be the bigger person. I stopped doing that 2 years ago. In the caption, Funky says, when it comes to conflict, I'm just as petty as the next bee. That being the bigger person crap does not work. You stay quiet, I stay quiet. You say something, I'ma say something. It's that simple. I woke up this afternoon and shots were fired, so I'm firing back. Anyone who's got a problem with it can kiss my whole da-da-da-da-da. I'm childish, petty, immature, and messy, all rolled up in one petite, small, bike, smooth skin package. I am a rich white woman. I have no job and nothing to do all day, every day. I have nothing but time. He says, is you finished or is you done? Since you the rabbit holding the GUN. If you bad as you say you is, then shoot. So this is one of the posts he said. So I'm wondering, because I'm seeing some of this play out, and I'm like, wait, I thought we were done. Or is this old? Apparently, it's not old. He then says in another post, Funky says, and this toothless Muppet is still bumping her gums, literally. So he then posts what Tamar must have posted. She did. I saw it on her Instagram story where she reposts this post. It's not her own saying. She says, oh, wait, no, this is what she said. She says, did all that hating and gossiping about me and still couldn't stop Ish. I'd be mad too. And some might say, how does he know that she's talking about him? In the caption of this post, Funky says, shouldn't you be somewhere recovering or waiting on a blood transfusion? Since you almost died and woke up in a pool of blood, just how big was that pool? Was it Olympic size, standard size, a kiddie pool, or that little bit of sink blood that we occasionally spit out when we are brushing our teeth? I'm beyond positive that it was the latter. He puts in quote, your near-death experience sure as hell didn't leave you grateful to be alive enough to point where you would stop being messy, dramatic, and desperately seeking attention. Your ass must ain't fall hard enough. Maybe you should get drunk, take them crazy pills, and pass out again. He then says, lady, I done told you to leave me alone. I am trying my hardest to not take it there with you. This is your second warning. I suggest you go on about your snaggle-tooth business. This ain't what you want. This is your second warning to leave me alone. Drop this ish and stop posting subliminal posts. The world knows you are talking to me, Tamar Braxton. So he couldn't even at her here because she has him blocked. So that's not where it ended. We still have a lot more to unpack. I was going to go live to talk about this, but I was like, no, I need to be able to focus on everything because there's so much going on between social media and what's on YouTube. Then he did a video talking about this. He went live and talked about this tonight, but he did a separate video talking about this because you know what he said? He was going to monetize off of this. So this is what Funky said on his YouTube, and I fast-forwarded for those that might be wondering why it sounds this way. I fast-forwarded it so that we can get through it. It's only 11 minutes, less than 12 minutes.
I told you yesterday you was going to pay me for my pain. I told you yesterday you was going to pay me for my pain. See, you the type of person, you ain't used to having nobody around you to meet you where you at, all right? I'm equally as crazy. I'm equally mentally and emotionally unstable as you are. All of this was supposed to be put to bed yesterday. When I woke up yesterday, first person I got a call from, Tamar's publicist. Second person I got a call from, 2 other people in her camp that's in her business. Everybody wanting to know, what can we do to put this to bed? What can we do? Q, don't do it. Q, be the bigger person. Q, what we got to do? You know how Tamar is. Y'all know how she... Q.
You know, if you had a team, one of the things I think the team would say is to, in regards to Tamar, don't post any subliminals. If anything, I would tell her to stay off of social media. You have bigger things to worry about right now, especially when it comes to your health. But that's me. And if you know Tamar, you know she's not going to listen to them, obviously, because I'm sure they have said things to her.
Please don't. Q, what we got to do? Q, we've been talking to her. Q, my words to everybody was, why are y'all talking to me? Why aren't y'all talking to her? It would take 2 seconds to put all this to bed. The only thing I was looking for was some level of acknowledgement from her that I had did nothing to her and that I had no parts of what she had going on. All right? Now, I ain't no damn fool. We had to twist, move, bend her arm, and get an act of Congress for her to post a little post. And the post read something to the effect of, no matter what he says, I love Funky Dineva. And if I would have known what was going on while I was recovering, I would have said something. That was enough for me. That was enough. I just needed something to put the internet to rest about everybody with all these think pieces that they did, that I did something to you. The whole while, you were fully aware that it was going on. The whole while you're recovering, you are on the internet posting, you're texting me back and forth and texting everybody else. You see this stuff. And I still gave grace. I said, okay, something happened to the girl. She's not doing well. I can weather this storm. I've weathered other storms. And at the very end of the day, to be honest with you, I was down in Miami having a good time. It really was not bothering me to that magnitude. Humans have the attention span of a gnat. It was going to eventually blow over. All right? Here is where things have gotten sticky for me in this moment. I ain't some old easily pacified ass bitch. So you posted in your stories last 24 hours. Somewhere along the way, the devil done got on your damn shoulder. You went back and deleted it, unfollowed me, blocked me, which I'm fine with all of that. But the thing is, these are all things that are easily traceable by the internet. These are all things that signal the soft apology or soft explanation was hollow from the get-go. It was never genuine. You never intended to do it. Your arms had to be twisted in order to do it, and you didn't mean it.
I mean, I could have told him that her apology was not genuine. Look, we've been covering and following all the beefs that Tamar's had over the years. Again, this is just another example of Tamar is the problem. It can't be everyone else.
What I'm not understanding is, why then the additional subliminal post? Like, why couldn't you just wake your ass up this morning and eat breakfast with whatever few teeth you had left and be done with it? Ain't no fun with the rabbit got the gun. Bitch, my voice is my PR stunt. All that years of gossiping and hating you did, and it still ain't stopped shit. Now, there's a world out there where people can say, Funky Dineva, but she didn't at you. She could be talking to anybody. Say that shit for y'all, mama. Don't come over here fucking playing with me. In what world are two people in the middle of a disagreement, the other person starts posting stuff that fits the mold of the disagreement, but they're not talking to me? Go.
So one of the things that he mentioned in regards to what Tamar said so for me, when she mentioned the PR stunt, that post in regards to, all of that and this, her voice is a PR stunt, I was like, okay, well, now that's a very direct hit at Funky, because that's what he referred to everything that played out yesterday as a PR stunt. So that's how I knew she definitely was directing that shade towards him.
Playing somebody else's face. She's talking to me, and I'm talking right back to her ass. And Tamar, here is what I didn't say over the weekend, what I should have damn said, and what I said to your damn people. None of this would have been if you wasn't so thirsty for attention. In what world do people have emergencies at home and they run to the internet and that's their first... Oh my God, guys, I had a medical emergency. I woke up in a pool of blood. Let me go post it to the internet to stir up all this damn frenzy and then leave people with no details. You like this type of shit.
I mean, I said this before. Tamar and I are different people. The last thing that I would do if I had an incident like this was come to the internet and tell strangers. But we also know that Tamar does like the attention. She does. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you're a Tamartian or whatever. Based off of past behavior, Tamar likes attention. And I don't know if it's because she didn't get the attention when she was younger. I don't know. But she likes attention, no matter what kind of attention. So if anything, her doing this, she knew that this would trigger him in some shape or form.
You like all this sympathy and speculation and gossip and all of this type of shit. You like this type of shit. I don't. None of this would have been had you just been normal and patched yourself up and went on about your business. You are the only person on the planet something medically happens to them before they even heal. You run into damn Instagram stories to post something. You set all this shit in motion. The folks come attacking the shit out of me because y'all know fucking ain't on drugs. He must have gave her drugs. He must have did something. The videos are coming and coming and coming and coming. I even send you the screenshot that says, girl, this thing is starting to grow legs. That was your cue to say something. And you were like, what? I didn't say anything. I'm in the hospital. And I'm like, fine, she's in the hospital. Leave it alone. Like, how many days was I supposed to just sit back and let these people eat me alive for doing something nefarious to you and you were not going to come forth and say nothing? I gave your team so many various outs. She could just write, I love you, Funky Dineva. That would just clear the air. Let people know I didn't do nothing to you. Not that I honestly think any reasonable person thought that I did something to you anyway, but still. And then in the midst of your recovery, you gonna drop the music video to further make it look like all of this was a stunt. Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not participating in that. I got ate up all weekend as a result of you running to the internet to tell some shit that did not need to be told, and you finna pay me for my pain. Your team broke my phone down yesterday. What we got to do to put this to an end is really nothing to put to an end. Just tell her, let the people know I didn't do nothing to her and we good. Honestly and truthfully, after yesterday, I just knew a couple days was going to go by and child, we'd have been back going to dinner or slapping five or whatever the case may be. I never really was that upset about it. I was just like, damn, friend not going to clear this up?
You better than me. I already told you before, don't let a friendship like this find me. But again, maybe they work better in this level of dysfunction. I could not. There is no shape or form of this kind of friendship I would want in my life. But that's me.
I just wanted it cleared up. Now all of a sudden, the block, the unfollow, bitch, what I did to you? Let's have that conversation. What I did to you? I'm the one whose reputation is getting ran through the mud. What did I do to you between yesterday and this morning that got you mad? What did I do to you that got you blocking me and unfollowing me and sending subliminal posts? And all of y'all on the internet, y'all can kiss my ass with this man arguing with a woman. It's a show is a piece of man, a half a man, a wannabe woman, a trans man, a sissy, a punk. I'm all of them things at the same damn time. See, you might could go play with all the rest of them and play up in their face, but you're not finna play in mine. And I'm here to tell you, every single time somebody send me a post that remotely feel like you subliminally talking to me, I'm going to hop my ass on this YouTube and make another $5,000 off of a video off of your ass. You going to pay me for my pain. You going to pay me for my pain. And I mean that. Oh, I'm finna get my whole Miami trip paid for off your name. He clout chasing. I'm finna clout chase your ass straight to the damn bank because you going to learn today. In the words of Ray Charles, you got the right one, baby. You got the right damn one. You got, oh, sister, you don't met your mic. You don't met your mic, baby. So, again, to you and to your team and to everyone else, I thought it was done when we came to our first agreement. I thought it was done. See, now we don't have a breach of contract. So, again, here are the new rules of engagement. You don't say nothing, I won't say nothing. You don't post nothing, I won't post nothing. That goes for subliminal posts too, including, but not limited to, oh, God elevating me to a new level and removing people out my life. Nope, we're not taking none of them. We not accepting none of them. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got to go. We ain't accepting none of them. Nope, you talking to me. The only thing acceptable in your post is good night, album coming soon. Anything your ass posts that can remotely be interpreted as pointing at me or involving this situation, I'm going to get on this internet and make another $5,000 off your ass.
And you know Tamar can't help but be messy or shady or go to social media. She's a Pisces. She's very emotional and she takes it to a whole other level.
So I'm on whatever you on. If you ready to help me finance my Range Rover, we can do that. Or if you would like peace, as you said you would, we can do that. But I'm going to back your ass the fuck up off me today. You're going to leave me the hell alone. And you're going to stop posting shit, talking to me. You got the right one, baby.
Oof, 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 oof. So that was a little bit of what he had to say in a separate video. As I mentioned before, Funky then went to social media on his YouTube Live and addressed it at the top of the show. We won't get into that. He basically regurgitates what he said in this particular video. I do want to talk about what Tamar's doctor is now saying. Yeah, her dentist that she went to in Miami after this accident happened is now speaking out. And I'm assuming because HIPAA, she got permission from Tamar to reveal that we now know what may have happened to Tamar. It wasn't a seizure and it wasn't a stroke or something else or just a regular accident. She may have been sleepwalking. Let's get into what the doctor says.
Tamar Braxton sharing her near-death experience.
I just had to speak about what I was going through.
Hi, my name is Dr. Amira Ogunleya, and I am a cosmetic dentist out of Miami, Florida. I was recently contacted by Tamar Braxton's team who reported a very traumatic injury. She woke up in a pool full of blood and saw many fractured teeth on her floor. She flew to me immediately within 24 hours upon.
And I'm not showing you guys the video because they show images that I'm assuming are Tamar's teeth. So that's part of the reason why I'm not showing it to you guys, just because they do show graphic images that sometimes can be cited here on YouTube. So we're not going to show you that, but I will show you one of the photos that Tamar recently posted on social media. So she says, I can't run or chew, but I look like I can. So this is one of the photos that she posted on social media recently. Let's get back into what the doctor's saying.
Evaluation, I confirmed that she did in fact have several fractured teeth. She even had an avulsed tooth, which is a tooth that's come completely out of the socket. She also appeared to have a fractured septum. We were able to perform immediate oral surgery on her, and we were able to stabilize her for now as she continues to heal. However, she will require several appointments to get her fully to her original smile. We also recommended that Tamar immediately see a medical doctor to evaluate, which appeared to be the deviated septum, broken septum, and upon their evaluation, they determined that she did in fact have a fractured nose. As far as the cause, the medical team ruled out seizure, ruled out stroke, and the only thing left that it could possibly be is somnambulism, which is sleepwalking. Oftentimes, in cases of sleepwalking, the person has no memory or recollection of what they've done. They're able to walk, they're able to move, they can even injure themselves, and then they do not remember the next day. That appears to be our best guess right now, as we're still trying to figure out how something like this occurred. And although Tamar's situation is rare, this is a great learning opportunity that if this ever does happen to you, if you find yourself in a situation with an evulsed tooth, you should pick up your tooth by the crown, not the root. Touching the tooth by the root could harm a lot of the vitality of it. You want to try to rinse it with milk or saline. And if you can, you want to insert it directly back into the socket if possible. If you're unable to do that, you can store it in milk or inside the cheek of your mouth. The idea is to keep it moist and see your dentist immediately. And we might have a chance to re-implant it, and eventually the bone will integrate with it once again. Now, we are working extremely hard for Tamar, and we are confident that we're going to restore her smile back to its original beautiful state. It is imperative. People's smiles are so much bigger than just the aesthetic. You know, this is the way we communicate. And for her, this is her gift to all of us, her beautiful voice. So we will update you soon with a beautiful new Tamar.
I mean, we learned something new in regards to teeth, but the timeliness of this, I'm clearly, because there's been so much speculation as to what happened to Tamar. Again, there would not be any speculation if Tamar did not come to the internet. Mind you, Jennifer Lewis went through the most horrific story in regards to a trip that she made. I forgot what part of Africa she was. She had gotten to an act. She was in her hotel, and I think she didn't see that there was some sort of opening. I can't remember the story specifically, but she got into a horrific accident. Mind you, we had no idea about this. I don't even know how long it was. It had to be months, if not a year, before Jennifer Lewis told this story. Again, people are nosy, but if you are coming to social media with all of your business, that's how a lot of the times people find out your business. So as I use that as an example because she really almost lost her life, Jennifer Lewis. If you haven't seen it, I know I did a video on it or like a TikTok on it, talking about it way back when. And she's still sort of on the mend from that, but she was definitely not in a great place after this accident. The first thing Jennifer Lewis did was not come to the internet. She focused on actually healing. So Tamar is the one who led this big speculation to people believing this was a PR stunt, people not believing her, people believing that Funky Dineva had something to do with it. That was really all on Tamar. And again, I would say, well, hopefully this will be a lesson that Tamar will know not to do this anymore. But Tamar is damn near 50. Tamar consistently does this. And I'm not using this video to just slam Tamar yet again. But Tamar, come on. At some particular point, to get off the internet. But now she's not going to be on the internet because she has to promote this new project. What? Am I surprised that Tamar and Funky fell out in less than 24 hours? Well, maybe the less than 24 hours part. But I knew eventually that they would fall out yet again. And here we are. I did not expect on this Thursday evening to be giving you another update on the Funky Dineva and Tamar saga. But at least in this video, we get an update in regards to what may have happened to Tamar. Here's the thing, though, that before we go, I remember she went out drinking the night before. I mean, people sleepwalk all the time and you can get into accidents. But I'm wondering, doubled over, I don't know if she was inebriated, but if you sleepwalk and you're inebriated, that has to be a bad combination. Again, I don't know if she was inebriated or not. I'm just thinking, because again, there's video footage in covering the story of her out partying. I don't know if she was drinking, whatever it may be. Just something to think about. Either way, glad that she is okay. We're going to continue to follow up on this story as much as we can, guys. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on the latest update when it comes to Funky Dineva and Tamar Braxton and what actually happened to Tamar Braxton and when she was found in a pool of blood. In true Tamar Braxton form, she says that she's not going to release this new project. Not only that, she says she's going to walk away from the public eye. She's also addressing Funky Dineva's most recent claims against her. So this week it's been filled with Tamar Braxton versus Funky Dineva. The last that we told you was that Funky Dineva basically reignited their beef because Tamar, the next day, less than 24 hours later, unfollowed him and blocked him, and then posted some subliminal posts citing that her voice is her PR stunt or something to that effect. We talked about that in another video. Be sure to check out that video if you missed it and you want the full story. Well, Tamar took to social media last night to address some of the speculation, including speculation on whether or not she really did hurt herself. Let's take a look at what she said.
All I know is I went to bed and I woke up and my life changed. And I probably shouldn't have said nothing, but I panicked because I was scared and I was alone and I was in pain.
My thing is, if you're panicked, alone, and scared, you go to social media, wouldn't you call one of your many sisters or someone that's close and near and dear to you? You go to social media? Again, everyone is different, but I just feel like that is a sorry, lame excuse. And I feel like every few months, it's the same thing with Tamar.
And that's it. I don't have to lie. I got money. I have success. I don't have to lie about anything. What did that person tell you? That their birthday party I paid for? So if I was a shitty friend, so why what roll out? It was a coincidence.
My thing is, though, just because you pay, this, I hate when people use that as an excuse if they are a good friend or not. Being a good friend doesn't mean how much money you spent on someone. Because no matter how people might feel about Funky Dineva, the narrative around what may have happened to Tamar and how it may have had something to do with Funky really went to a whole other level. And out of what he said, he did go to her, and then she said that she was in hospital, so he sort of left it alone until it really started to get worse. And it did come to her attention. Because my thing is, I don't think either person here is necessarily innocent, because I feel like both of these people are very drama-filled, and they attract drama in their lives, because Funky has lots of drama that happens with him on social media, and so does Tamar. So these two people coming together, it's not shocking to me that it's this big... First of all, I didn't even know they even knew each other. So when all this started to come together and then become the firestorm that it is, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at all. But again, associating friendship with how much you paid for something, to me, already is telling me so much more about Tamar that we already knew.
I didn't go to bed and wake up and my life changed. Jesus on the main line. And I was in the hospital and not okay. So I'm not putting it out. Y'all don't want it. I'm a bad person. Y'all don't want remember my music is tired? I was at Northside Hospital. You can call up there and ask them. And I was there for almost 5 days. So I don't know. I don't know what person who doesn't need to be in the hospital be in the hospital for 5 days. You know, I wish I would have known, if I'm being honest. Because I heard that somebody told me that he was showing text, so now I can show a text. And please don't, I blocked you. I don't engage. I'm not going to say your name. Just don't talk about me. I don't want anything else to do with you. You're not my friend. Okay, you don't like me. I'm a Muppet. I'm a snagger-tooth. You're right, I'm a snagger-tooth. I have teeth, but I can't chew. Can you imagine how that feels? I'm a Muppet. Y'all look like a Muppet. I'm a Muppet.
That's the one thing in regards to the back and forth that happened between Funky and, well, not back and forth. What Funky said in response to his issues with Tamar, he did go below the belt. And a lot of you said he could have went even further based on past behavior. I don't feel like if you're hurt, if you have issues with someone, you don't need to go to the things that hurt them the most. That, for me, always tells you a lot about someone's character. Because I've said this just the other day, there's a lot of stuff. I've had falling out with friends and things like that. I know secrets. I could ruin people's lives. I could. But it would take a whole lot for me to actually put that out. But there are some people, all it takes is something like this, and they're telling all your business. But that's me.
I'm up and I like drama, although I was in the hospital. I'm trying to figure out how did I get in drama and I'm in the hospital. And I can't feel. This is like tingly. It's not, I don't do drugs, but people do drugs. I don't do drugs of any kind.
New York City, you will be the final city of our summer tour for the Kempire After Dark, the Villain Era live experience coming to the Green Room 42 on Friday, September 12th. Less than 2 weeks away, we will be back together here in New York. Even if you cannot get an in-person ticket, our night of hot topics, tea being spilled, you spilling tea, can still be experienced from around the world. This show exclusively has a live stream option. And the cool thing about that live stream ticket, even if you can't watch it that night, you'll be able to watch it for the next 7 days. But you have to buy your ticket now. Ticket information in regards to our live show will be available in the description. Get your tickets today, now. Was she insinuating that Funky's been very open about the drug use that he's had in the past and things like that. So that's not news to anyone. But when you put something out there like that, makes it seem as if, is he currently using, besides, edibles and things like that. Again, two people that are very drama-fueled coming together in a friendship, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that this has played out the way that. I don't even know how long these two have been friendly or friends or hanging out, but here we are. So as you saw in the video, Tamar did mention that she's not going to put it out. I think a lot of people thought she was kidding. Well, in the comment section, she said, y'all won. There is no more album, and I'm going to my farm, and you will never hear from me again. I'm sorry for everything. She is so exhausting. I can only imagine her family, her sisters, her mom, her father, her brother. They probably all just like, here goes Tamar again. Do I think that Tamar is not going to release this album? No. Will she release it on the day that she originally planned? Probably. Will this happen again? Probably. Will she fall out with another so-called friend? Probably. Will we be covering it? Probably. We're part of the problem? Oh. Look, here it is. If anything, let's take a lesson from this, because I'm sure there are people in your life very much like Tamar. Tamar is not special when it comes to this type of narcissistic, dramatic behavior. She's not. She's just a celebrity that we see it on social media. You have dramatic people like this in your life where everything becomes this thing. And here's the thing. I said this before when she went to social media to reveal that she had this accident in her home. For those that didn't know, we did a video where her dentist, I'm assuming, got permission from Tamar to go to social media and confirm that she did not have a stroke. She did not have a seizure. It looks like she may have been sleepwalking. And that's how she got into this accident. Very possible. Anything's possible. And I said that in our initial report. But the problem here, I said this, and if you believe in a little spirituality, I'm going to give you a little spirituality now. I believe Tamar has been getting signs in regards to, you need to figure this out. You need to stop always putting all of this drama or attracting all of this drama in your life. Because the more that you keep trying to make everything about yourself, the more that you keep not healing, truly healing yourself, because she'll talk about healing, you're going to get little pebbles, and those pebbles are going to turn into rocks, and then there's going to be a brick upside your head. I honestly believe her falling into this accident was more so life telling her, you need to stop. You really need to reflect. But I can't tell. It's very much like anyone that's addicted to anything. And I'm not talking about her being, as she said in the video, she's not addicted to drugs or alcohol, whatever. You can also have other addictions that's not those things. People can be addicted to fame. People can be addicted to attention. And I can only imagine when you are a celebrity and when you remember, she used to be Toni Braxton's sister. Then she really came out on her own where people knew her and they knew her music. I could see Tamar, especially being the youngest child, also the youngest child, don't have these problems though, where you need constant attention. And I think that is what we're seeing here. I'm not a psychologist. I just got a bachelor's in psychology. However, guys, I'm sure you are psychologists, some of you. Weigh in below. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on what Tamar Braxton is now saying. She's not going to release her project. She's going to leave the public eye. Honestly, I would prefer it.
Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Don't forget to give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for more information on the podcast, head on over to KempireRadio.com.